Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone tutorials. In this tutorial, I'm showing you guys how to build my automatic brewing station. Now over here, we have all the fundamentals we need to go in for making potions. Yeah, not building potions. Over here, it's just an infinite loop switch. So if you want to keep making potions over and over and just walk away and let it make potions, that's for that. And then over here is just our opening area for our brewing station, just in case we want to check on things. And then up here is our water bottle chest right there. Now, I also have another chest over here with water bottles. That's for the infinite loop because that actually has a problem with it. And I'll get to that later. And then this redstone lamp is over here in case we run out of water bottles. So it'll turn off the whole system if we run out of water bottles. So let's go ahead and just make a potion really quick just to show you how it works. So right here I have a chest with the fundamental stuff we need to making potions. So sugar will make speed potions. I'm pretty sure blaze power strength potions, so on and so forth. But we're just going to make speed potions for this build. So I'm going to take out one sugar from here. Then the box right above it, right here, we're going to put our sugar in this box, just one like that. Now pretty much what we're going to make is a speed potion. So we can already make a speed potion, but we want to add like another something to it to make it a little more powerful or longer. So if we want to make it last longer, we use redstone dust. If we want to make it more powerful, we use glowstone. And if we want to make it into a splash potion, we use gunpowder. Now we can use all three of them if we really want to, but I don't feel like waiting for the potions to be made. So I'm just going to make it longer. I believe that's going to make it 6 minutes long, I'm pretty sure. So once we click down what we want and we put our sugar in there, we just click this button. You'll hear some things activate over here. So now if we flip this open, as you can see, our potions are being brewed in here. We have our nether wart. Now nether wart is pretty much used for any potion, any strength potions, weakness potions, pretty much any potion. So what the nether wart's going to do is make a awkward potion, whatever you want to call it, awkward. It's going to make an awkward potion, and then the sugar's going to funnel down, and now it's going to make a speed potion. So this still takes a little long to brew, so maybe I'll speed it up. I don't know. I'm only making a speed oh wait, are we actually putting redstone in there too? Yes, I did. So actually it's going to take a little bit longer. So let's just speed it up. Alright guys, so this potion is almost done. Once this gets completed, once the arrow hits the bottom, it's just going to funnel out all our potions into our chest right below us down there. So as you can see, it's going to go boop, and then all of them are going to funnel down. As you see, they all go away, and now if we go inside our chest right here, there's our potions. So like I said, you could put it on an infinite loop and walk away and all that good stuff. However, the problem with my infinite loop is I have it set up where it could turn it off if there's no more water bottles, but I can't, I pretty much can't make a way for it to turn off if I run out of the sugar inside here. Because if we add a bunch of sugar in here to make infinite bottles, then of course, I mean, you could put in a bunch in there so when it runs out of water bottles, it just turns itself off. That's probably the smartest idea to go with. But you could also do a little bit math. So if like you put 4 sugar in here, it's supposed to make 12 bottles of speed potion. So all you have to do is put 12 bottles of water in here. So each hopper right here is holding 5 bottles of water. So that'd be 10 right there. And then anything in here would be more right here. So as you can see right now, we have either 10 or less inside our thing. So let's say I wanted to make 12 bottles of speed potion. So I have to add at least 3 more probably. I already know I have to add 3 more. So if I go in here and add 3 more, 1, 2, 3, as you see, there's 2 in this large chest. So I know there's 12 in there. So now if I come back over here to my box, let's flip this up. We don't want to add that because then it's going to take forever. And then I take out 4 sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I put 4 in here like that. And then I turn on the infinite loop. It will make us 12 bottles of speed potion. So if I click this button, boop, you'll hear some things activate. And now as you can see, our bottles are being created right here, and it's going to make 12 bottles of speed potion. So while it's making our 12 bottles of speed potion, let's go over the redstone. Now, I know what you're thinking. This looks insanely complicated and it looks a little crazy, and it's probably way more than it should be. And I agree with you. It's probably way more than it should be, but this is the first time I've ever made a self-brewing station. This is my first time I've ever done this, guys, so bear with me, but it's actually not as hard as you think. Right here is just a simple hopper pulse lengthener. I did that so I didn't have to add a billion repeaters because that'd be stupid. And then over here I just have it set up so when this dust comes on, it turns off the hopper so the minecart can go back to its respective place. And then this part right here is just for the if you want to make infinite potions. Let's see, there it goes. You don't need this part, it's just an add-on if you really don't want to build that. But there it goes. It's making our second batch of speed potions right now. So our first batch should already be in there. And then we'll go over this stuff while I'm actually building it. So let's see. We should already have one set of speed potions in there. And then it's making our second batch right there. As you see, it's making our second batch of speed potions as I speak. So this is going to take forever, guys. So I'm pretty sure you get an understanding of how everything is working. Let's just start building it, guys. All right, guys, for this build, we're going to need a 19x4 spacing. We're also going to have to dig down too. Now for this build, I have everything in this chest over here. I'm going to do a quick little flyby over everything, but I'm not going to say everything because it's just going to take a long time for me to do it. So I'm going to do a quick flyby because I know I use a different texture pack. So some people might get confused with certain blocks, but pretty much everything looks the same. If you're getting confused, then, you know, you're just confusing yourself. So I'm going to do a quick flyby over everything we are going to need for this build. This is just going to be our blocks for our different circuits, and this is just going to be our blocks of choice. Now you're going to need a lot more of this right here, but I just picked out a certain amount. So like I said, I'm going to be doing this in little parts right here. So let's start off with doing the button for the minecart first. All right, guys, to start things off, what we're going to do is come to the bottom right hand side of our 19x4. And we're going to count up one block, one, and then count over one block, one. And we're going to put 2 blocks up right here. So 1, 2, and put a torch on top of this block like that. We could delete this bottom block. It is not needed. Next, what we're going to do is come out 3 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, and 3, and put redstone dust along all 3 of these blocks. Next, skip a block right here and put 2 blocks up from here. So 1, 2, put a redstone torch to this side of it. It should activate this dust, and then come a block over to the back, and we could delete this bottom block. It's not needed. Put redstone dust here, block on top of the redstone dust, and button right here. And this will activate our minecart for our entire thing. Now that we got our button out of the way, the next thing we're going to do is our rails. So pretty much we're just going to come over back here, put a block up next to this redstone torch that's off, put a powered rail here, and then we're going to go 11 more blocks this way. So that's already 1, so 12 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Make sure it's 12, guys. So I'm going to pretty much just count it out again. Next, we're going to have to put 10 regular rails from this powered rail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. And then put another powered rail right here. So that's 12 blocks. So 10 regular and 2 powers on both sides. Next, we're going to come up a block right here and put another powered rail. Come up another block right here and put a regular rail. And then right here, we're going to come a block over to the side of our regular rail with a hopper coming off the top of this block. Go into sneak mode. Ooh, get up there. Go into sneak mode and put another powered rail right here. So it looks something like that. So as you can see, it went up 2 blocks, and then there's a hopper right at the top. Next, we're going to put a block coming off the side of this powered rail right here. And then come over here and we're going to put a block off the side of this powered rail right here. And that's our entire rail system. Next, what we're going to do is the chest for our build. So what we're going to do is come right over here, and where that redstone torch is, see where that one redstone torch is, we're going to start right from there, and we're going to put a hopper right above this rail right here. So right where that redstone torch is, there's going to be a hopper, and then we're going to put 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be 6 hoppers in total. Then on top of each hopper, we're going to put a chest, trap chest, trap chest, whatever, so on and so forth. So I like starting off from this side over here with a trap chest. So put a trap chest here and here, and then put 2 regular chests, 2 trap chests, 2 regular chests, 2 trap chests, and then on this last hopper down here, we're going to put 2 regular chests like that. Next, what we're going to do is put in some blocks right underneath it just to make it look nice. So we're going to put some blocks right along here, so like that. There we go. These are blocks you are going to be able to see. Next, take out your block of choice and put it right next to the button one, like so. So do. Then on the inside, what we're going to do is put 4 torches underneath these 4 chests right here. These 2 do not get torches. These 4 do. So come back over here on the backhand side, and starting from the right, we're going to put a torch here, here, and here, and here, like that, off our 4 blocks that are next to our button. And then we're going to put levers along all of these blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So that will open up our hoppers for our chest to let our items through when we are setting up our potion, our automatic potions. Next one, if you want, you can put lights here. You don't have to do this, but I just think it looks nice. Damn, there we go. So we're going to put 4 lights right here. So now if I turn this on, our lights come on. Alright guys, so next what we're going to do is put in our brewing stand and our chests over here for our water bottles and our chests for the potions when they're done so it can funnel into them. So pretty much what we're going to start off by doing is putting a brewing stand right underneath this hopper like so. Next we're going to put a hopper pretty much coming out the bottom of it, so come out 3 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3, like that. Delete these 2. And we're going to put a hopper going into the back of this block like that right underneath our brewing stand. And then we're going to put a regular chest facing off the front of it like so. Delete this block, go down, go into sneak mode, and put another hopper going into the back of this chest. So once our stuff is done brewing, it'll funnel down into those hoppers and go inside our chest right here, so all our potions get stored right there. Next what we want to do is put in our hoppers so our water bottles can go in. So pretty much come down here, go into sneak mode, put a hopper going into the side of our brewing stand like that. Then put another hopper going into the side of this hopper like so. Then come up here, and I usually like using a trap chest here, or you can use a regular chest. It really doesn't matter, guys. Just put a trap or regular chest right above this hopper right here, and then put another one right next to this chest like that. And that's where our water bottles are going to be going, right up here. All right, guys, so after you got the chest in, we're going to now do the redstone. So this hopper right here, our water bottle hopper, gets locked so they don't keep funneling water bottles into our brewing stand infinitely and messing everything up. So we want this to lock while we're building. So pretty much just build a little tower up if you're on the console, since we don't have shift clicking and flying mode. We're going to pretty much go into our crouch sneak mode, and we're going to put a comparator coming out of this hopper right above this one. So go like this and just put a comparator coming out of this hopper on top of this one. Next, we're going to go over here and go into sneak mode over on this side. Let's just make another little tower. And we're going to put a block coming off the side of this comparator like this. So it looks something like that. We can get rid of these towers. They're getting in my way. Next, we're going to put a redstone torch on this side of the comparator and on this side of the comparator. Next, on this side where the redstone torch is right next to our trap chest, come down a block from underneath it, and then put a sticky piston facing downwards. It should extend. Delete this block, it's not needed. And then put a block of redstone right on that sticky piston. Next, what we're going to do is come over onto this side of this torch and come down 2 blocks as well from here. So 1, 2, then come a block to the right, a block to the left, and then delete this middle block. Put a piece of redstone dust over here on the right hand side. Did I not take out my dust? I did not. So you know what, I'm just going to take it out real quick from over here. I don't feel like going into the chest, so there we go. We're going to put a piece of redstone dust over here to the right hand side of our torch, and then coming out of the block with our dust, we're going to put a repeater going this way on 4 ticks delay. So that will lock our water bottle hopper so it does not keep funneling items into our brewing stand. All right, guys, so now that we got our lock for our water bottle hopper out of the way, next we're going to do is our pulse extender for our a hopper pulse extender. So come down here where we have our redstone block, and we're going to put a piece of redstone dust coming out of it with a block in front of it with a torch on top of this block, so it looks something like that. Next, come 2 blocks off to the left hand side of that torch with some redstone dust on top of it, so 1, 2. Then going into this redstone dust right here, we're going to put a comparator going into the block, then put a block behind our comparator with a hopper going into this block like so. Next, get out of go into sneak mode, pretty much go into crouch mode again, delete this block and put another hopper going into the side of this hopper, so it infinitely will make items go through both hoppers. This is pretty much the basis behind our hopper pulse extender. Next, we can go ahead and actually put our items in here. So I have 50 dirt, guys. You can use, actually don't put it in yet. Don't do that actually just yet. Next, put a sticky piston right here above this comparator coming off this dust like that with a redstone block on top of it. Put a comparator coming off the left-hand side of this hopper right here. Put a block up in front of it with some redstone dust on top of it right here. And then take out a regular piston. Make sure it's a regular piston and put it this way facing towards our redstone block. Now we put in our items. So take out your 50 items and put it in there like that. There we go. So it's pretty much just going to activate and then it'll funnel back over here and turn itself off. But that is our hopper pulse extender. Next, what you're going to do is take out a repeater and sneak it right in here. So right here where this block of dust is, we're going to sneak a repeater. Then we're going to come all the way around and just go around the whole outside of it right here. And then right here where this hopper is, that's right underneath our brewing stand. See our brewing stand right there? And see the hopper right here? We're going to put a block right underneath it. So put a block right underneath the hopper that is below our brewing stand. Then we're going to put a block to the left of it with some redstone dust right here. And then we're pretty much just going to bring our chain from this repeater all the way down to here. And then put another repeater going into this block right there. And that will keep this hopper pretty much, it keeps the hopper locked while our items are flowing through, so it doesn't just keep flowing the items through, guys. If it does that, then all that's going to keep going through there is water bottles, and it's just going to break the whole thing, and then you built this whole thing for nothing. All right, guys, so the next circuit where you're going to set up is pretty much still going to be part of our hopper our hopper pulse extender. What it's going to do is it's going to activate it so our minecart can go back down after funneling all our items in there. So we want it to be on a little bit of an extended pulse just because we have to have enough time for the items inside the minecart to actually funnel into our hopper before it leaves the bay. If it doesn't funnel everything off, then it'll just break and there'll be no point of it. So what we're going to do is come over here where this redstone dust is to the right of our piston, and we're going to come out 4 blocks from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have repeaters going all this way on 4 ticks delay. Like I said, we need an extended pulse for this part so we have enough time for our items to funnel all the way through our minecart. Next, we're going to put a block in front of this repeater with a torch coming off the side of it, a block on top of the torch, a torch on top of the block, a block on top of the torch, and then we're going to put a row of blocks going next to all these hoppers right here. Because technically what you want to happen is when the minecart's coming back through, you don't want it to pick up any extra items. You want these hoppers to get locked so the next time you brew something, it doesn't randomly jam up everything. You don't want that to happen. So pretty much what this is going to do right here, As you see, if it connects like this, don't worry. That's just because it's a trap chest. It won't do anything to anything. So don't worry about that. So what this is going to do is when this activates right here, the first item that goes in here is going to activate these repeaters, thus turning off our hoppers up here so our minecart can come back through the bay without picking up any straggler items. Next, what you're going to do is put a slab right here. The reason why we have to put a slab right here, because if you have a block right here, it'll keep this updated and then create a bud switch, which we do not want. So then we're going to put dust on top of that. Then we're going to put a block off to the side of this half slab with a repeater on 2 ticks delay. Put a block in front of your repeater, a torch coming off the block, a block on top of the torch, and then off to this side we're going to put another torch going this way like that, and that will activate our power rail to send our minecart back through after it's done completely filling all the items in there. So that's all that's going to do. All right, guys, so next what we're going to do is make the system so it actually turns off when we don't have any water bottles left in the system. So to do that, right here where this hopper is, that's where our last little hopper is going to have all our water bottles. So we're going to put a block right here like that, and then we're going to put a oh man, I put away my comparators. We're going to put a comparator. There we go. We're going to put a comparator. Let me get my comparators out. There they are. We're going to put a comparator coming out of that hopper right there that's underneath this redstone torch. So we're going to put a comparator going this way like that, coming out of that hopper. Put a block in front of it. Then we're going to put a torch to the side of it like so. Put a block on top of the torch. And then right above this torch, we're going to put a slab right here, here, and here like that. And we're going to put redstone dust all along it. So 1, 2, 3 like that. Oops. Yeah, I forgot this is actually going to come on because we don't have any water bottles in there. So technically it's actually going to turn off our system right now for us. Then what we're going to do is pretty much just come out with blocks all the way down here to right about there. And then we're going to put slabs or stairs here. I like putting stairs here because it hides it better. So I usually go like this with stairs, but make sure they're upside down so we can put our dust right along it. Then right off, pretty much right off this dust right here, we're going to put, is it one more? No, okay. We're going to put a block up like this, put a torch coming off the side of it like that, and then we're going to come down a row of dust all the way along these blocks. Make sure it's right after the slabs, guys. Make sure it's right after those slabs. Then right here at the end, we're going to come out one more block, put some redstone dust here, put a torch coming off the side of the redstone dust, put a block coming out from the torch, and then come down underneath it, and we're going to put a sticky piston right here. It should actually activate since since there's no water bottles in there. And then we're going to put a redstone block here. And I hopefully you guys can see how this is working. So pretty much this will stay activated the entire time. So if I click the button, it will do absolutely nothing because that redstone block is activated. Pretty much so when there's no water bottles in there, this will stay activated, thus making it so you can't use the system. All right, guys, so next what we're going to do is put that little block that I have over here that hides our brewing station so we don't notice it at all times. So all you're going to have to do is right here off this powered rail, we're going to put a sticky piston facing this way. That should be 1 block away from this hopper. Then put any color of choice you want in front of it like that. Then what we're going to do is take actually out our blocks of choice, which I didn't take out. Where is it? There it is. And we're going to put some more blocks of choice just right along this like that. Then right underneath where our sticky piston is, come over here. And we're going to put a torch right here. And then another lever right here like that. So now pretty much we can hide our brewing station so we don't have to see all the redstone in there. That's all that's going to do. So now if we want to, we could take a few more blocks of choice and just bring it up along this whole thing. Make it look a little nice before we start moving on. So there we go. Just fill this all in, make it look pretty good. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's also put some floor blocks in there. I had my floor blocks out, but I didn't have my blocks of choice out. So I'm going to put some floor blocks in real quick as well. There we go. And bring it over here as well. Did I actually not keep out my... Yeah, I did it again. Well, I don't need my floor blocks anymore for now. So let's put that away. So next what we're going to do is just clean this up just a tiny bit more. I just want to put the walling around this as well. So let's just put our walling all the way around this. There we go. Put a wall right here. And then right there where that torch is, see where this on torch is right here? We're going to put our lamp right there, which I didn't take out again. Let me get my lamp. There it is. Put a lamp right here off this torch. As you can see, it's on because there is no water bottles in there at the moment. So now we can put that lamp away. We don't need that out right now. And then we can add a few more floor blocks right here. And another walling block like that. Make it look real nice. Go. Don't worry, we'll put our water bottles in later and all our good stuff. Now what we're going to do is actually we're going to set up the infinite mode right over here. Now, like I said, guys, the infinite mode is completely optional. You don't have to do it, but it's just a good thing. I guess it's a nice thing to have. So what you want to do is right here off these 2 blocks, we're going to put 2 blocks like that with some redstone dust on top of both of them. And then on the actually delete this one for now. On the inside right here, put a repeater going this way on 1 tick delay. Then put that block with redstone dust like that. In front of this repeater, we're going to put a block. Actually, we're going to put dust in front of the repeater. Then we're going to put a block in front of the dust. Put a torch coming off the side of it right here like this. And then put a regular piston facing upwards right here like so. And then we're going to put a sand block right above it. I have my sand block over in my chest, but I'm just going to grab it from my inventory right here. We're going to put a sand block right there. Then coming off this side of the piston, we're going to put a block. And then coming where this torch is, we're going to put a repeater going this way like that on 4 ticks delay. Then we're going to put a block right here with another repeater going this way on 1 tick delay. Next, put a block up in front of it with redstone dust on this block. Then come up another block and a block right above this off powered rail right there, or off powered rail, and put 2 dust like that. Now, the reason why I do this right here is because when the water bottles run out, you still want it to turn off. So next, what we're going to do is just detach the part right here from this torch right up here. We're going to put 2 blocks like this with redstone dust right above them. Put a sticky piston right here and put a block right in front of it. So if there's no water in there, it will cut off the circuit. And that is our whole infinite add-on. So actually what we're gonna have to do now is just put a block right here and put another lever right there. This will turn on our infinite loop so we can make as many potions as we want. And then I'm just gonna clean it up real quick actually too. That's the one thing I like about doing with my builds, is just cleaning everything up. There we go. Clean this all up. And then we're gonna put some more blocks of choice right here. There we go. And there we go. And you know what? I actually didn't set up my redstone lamp underneath this chest, so let's do that real quick too. Let me get out my lamps, and we'll get that out of the way as well before we actually start testing everything to make sure everything's working. So all you have to do pretty much is right where this dust is, we just got to put a lamp right next to that dust like that. And there you go. That will let you know that something is brewing when it's on, and then when it goes off, that means you can brew more stuff. All right, guys, and before I forgot to go back here, come back over here into the backhand side, and I forgot to put a redstone torch, or you can use a lever over here, really doesn't matter. And I also forgot to put my minecart on the chest. So right here where this powered rail is, I forgot to activate it. So right here off the bottom one, right on the wall next to that torch, see that torch right there? Put another torch right here, and that will activate your power rail, or you could put a lever there, it doesn't really matter. And then come over here and also put your chests on the railway. All right, guys, so I actually found another mistake that I messed up and figured out later on. For your infinite brewing station, if you want it to keep going and making more and more brewing, all you have to do is set this one to 4 ticks. I had it on 1 tick, but make sure this is on 4 ticks delay right there, and that will fix that problem. All right, guys, so last but not least, all we have to do is add our items, such as our fermented spider eyes and our bottles of water and all that good stuff. So pretty much you have to put it in this order, guys. So put 4 item frames like this. You have to put it in this order. So starting from the right hand side, fermented spider eye goes in this chest right here. Then we're going to put redstone in this chest, glowstone in this chest, and then gunpowder in this chest. It has to be in that order: fermented eye, redstone, glowstone, and gunpowder. And then on this chest all the way here at the end, we're going to put another item frame, and our nether wart's going to be going in this chest. So go ahead and do that right now. So nether wart goes in this chest, fermented spider eyes go in this chest, redstone dust goes in this chest, glowstone goes in this chest, and gunpowder goes in this chest. And then this chest right here, we're going to put another chest, and this is where all our goodies are going to be going, like our sugar and things like that. So let me just take out a stack of 64 sugar so we can make some speed potions when we get to it. Let me put those in there. And now we're going to fill up our water bottles. All right, guys, so to fill up our water bottles, it's pretty simple. All we have to do is flip down this lever right here, go in here, and then right above here is where our chest is. This is where our water bottles are going to be going. We can go ahead and put our water bottles in here like that. So right now we have 9 water bottles in there, so that means there should be 1 off from there. So there should be 5 in this hopper right here. There's going to be 5 in this hopper. As you see, there's 5 in there. There should be 4 in here and none inside here. Of course, if you want to add a few more water bottles, you know, if you're on creative, you can just go right here. Hopefully you're building this on survival though, because I really don't see a point in it on creative unless you just like building redstone stuff. So go ahead and throw all your water bottles in there. Let me get a few more in there. There we go. So there we go. Now we got more water bottles. So once we are completely done, we come over here into our chest right here. We could take out 1. I'm just going to take out 1 sugar. We're going to make 1 speed potion. So let's put our sugar inside this chest up here. And then we're going to give our speed potion extra time. And we're also going to make it stronger as well. Let's make it a speed potion 2, I guess. So now all we have to do is click this button. You'll hear some stuff activate. If I open this up, you'll see my potions brewing back here. We got our nether wart going to make our awkward potions, and then up here inside our hopper we have our sugar to make our speedness, our redstone to upgrade it to make it more time, and then our glowstone to upgrade it to make it stronger, so it goes from 20% speed to 40% speed. So it's just pretty much, I'm going to speed up the time right here while it is cooking. Brewing. All right, guys, and we are on the last upgrade. As you can see, it's halfway getting done. Come on. Go faster. I could have just kept speeding it up, but I felt like waiting for it. So once it hits this, it will funnel our items into our chest. So, boop. And as you see, our items get funneled into our chest down here. Here there are potions, so if we wanted to, we could have walked away while it was building. And that's it, guys. You are completely done. Now, of course, if you wanted to, you can also set it up to make a bunch of different potions. So like I said, you just got to do the math, guys. So I did 3 potions there. So if I take out 3 more water bottles, let's take out 3 more water bottles. So, where's my water bottles? There they are. So if I take out 3 more water bottles, 1, 2, 3, and I put in this chest up here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Why do I actually have a lot more in there than I thought. So actually, let me take a few out of here. There we go. So now I know I have 12 water bottles in there. Come over here to where my sugar is. Take out 4 sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it back in my chest. Go up here. Put my 4 sugar in there. Then I can just set it on to infinite mode like this. Click the, let's just do 4 Lego like I did last time. Click the button. And now we'll infinitely do it until all those water bottles are done. So there it goes. It swings back over here. It's making our potions right over here. Oh, there we go. Let's make our potions right there. And then I'll just infinitely do it until those water bottles are done. But there you guys go. That is how you build my automatic brewing station. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe. Stay tuned with my newest videos. And like I said, when you're doing the automatic thing, if you want to walk away and do it, like I said, just do the math, guys. 5 water bottles in here, 5 in here, that's 10. So then any extras in here. So I usually like do 12, 15. Make sure you do it in 3s because every potion made makes 3. All right, guys, peace.